Good morning, everyone. Doug Thugging, don't know the number. Sunday, May 8, 2016, 10:32 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. I'm in bed, and I'm sick as a dog, and I got to work tomorrow, so I got a cold. I think my wife gave it to me. But I'll make this quick. So, Thursday, Thursday, my friend Nate Goyer from The Vinyl Guide flies out from Sydney to Melbourne. And he shows up at my house. I didn't tell my wife because it was kind of a surprise, even though he's my close friend. I wanted to surprise her. And it also meant that if I surprise her, that minimal house cleaning will go on. Because if I told her beforehand, Nate's going to stay with us over the weekend, she'd be like, okay, we need to clean this fucking house. And it's kind of one way to get out of it, is to surprise her. So we had a lovely time with Nate. And, Friday rolls around, I have to go to work, but Nate and Alex hung out a little bit, and then he went off and did his own thing. I think he went to maybe 5 or 6 record stores while he was here and kind of recorded for his podcast, and Alex was doing her university studies and shit, and I was working till about 4 p.m. Got home around 4:15, and really wasn't going to drink. I was thinking about getting a 6-pack, but I could also tell that I was getting sick. You know how you can tell. You get that little scratch at the back of your throat, or the inside of your ears itch, like deep inside. It's a cue for me anyways. So I'm like, nah. But my friend Ben Quirk, who lives dangerously near the airport, he's like, look, come over, bring some albums or whatever, because he's a big vinyl phobe as well. Vinyl phobe? The opposite. Vinyl. Fuck, man. He's into vinyl. So we eat dinner with Alex. We have vegan tacos because Nate's taking a break off meat. And we drive over to Ben's house, and we just basically have some wines, listen to some music. Ben likes listening to Mr. Take These Broken Wings. I made him play some Nick Kershaw, who he's a fucking great artist, that guy. If you haven't heard of Nick Kershaw, get into that. And we played Van Halen, Women and Children First, Fools, some of the Purple Rain album. What else? Exodus, Last Act of Defiance. It was good. Hung out till about midnight where Ben's like, look, I got to kick you out. He's got to work the next day. And funnily enough, he called yesterday and told me he was 3 hours late to work. He was very saucy. He had a bottle of wine before we even got there. So that was Friday. Saturday we wake up, and Alex's best friend, my wife, Sarah. Oh, wait. Let me rephrase that. My wife Alex has a best friend named Sarah. Sarah used to live in Melbourne. She now lives in the Gold Coast in Queensland. She was flying out for Mother's Day, and she was like, look, because it's Alex's birthday as well. What the fuck is the date? I better check, because I said the 8th. Fuck, it's tomorrow. God damn it. I got to get her something. Oh, fuck. Shit. Yeah, my wife is very hard to buy for. Okay. So it was like 8:30 in the morning, and I get this buzz. Like we live in like a gated area, and somebody buzzed our buzzer. So I'm like, fuck, I got to find out who that is. And I knew who it was, and we were surprising Alex. So I let Sarah in, and I go, look, just walk into the bedroom. And she walked into the bedroom, and then I hear my wife scream, and then they're hugging and carrying on like best friends do. And then our other friend, Maria, comes over. The one that was in China. Yeah, she's back. So then Maria comes over. So then the 5 of us go to our favorite cafe, which is Liar Liar. We hang out there. We eat breakfast. It's all great. We come back here. So it's me, Nate, and the 3 girls. And then we go to Paran, which is a part of Melbourne. Great to do shopping and shit like that. Going and doing that. I'm feeling like dog's balls. It's not all that great. And, we have more coffee, even more coffee. And then the girls got to move the car, so they move the car. Me and Nate are going to a couple of different record stores and checking out some shit. I bought, what did I buy? Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force and Queensryche Rage for Order, my first 2 album purchases. And because I don't have a turntable, I'm just going to leave them at Ben's house. And every time I pop over there, maybe have him play something or whatever. I'll get a small collection going. I did the same thing when CDs came out. I didn't have a CD player, but I just started purchasing CDs. Like, I think one of the first ones I bought was like NWA Straight Outta Compton. Probably Police, Zenyatta Mendata, probably some Zappa shit, maybe some Gary Moore, maybe early Van Halen. Not anything past 1984, I don't think. And okay, I'm getting off topic. So then me and Nate were done with the purchasing of the records, and then I asked Alex to send me a little map of where they were at, and basically they moved the car, found a strip of grass, put a blanket down, and were just bullshitting. So we joined them, hung out there for maybe an hour and a half, and in that time I made a couple of calls on my Facebook, the Facebook phone. Have you used that yet? Yeah, it's pretty cool, to people in the States, and that was good. And then we came home, and by then I was feeling really fucking bad. And so Maria was hungry. So me and Maria got a pizza delivered while the other 3 went and got more food from another joint. It was basically just like this fiesta at our house. We were just eating hamburgers and drinking milkshakes and eating pizza. And we watched the Decline of the Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. And Sarah thought it was a fucking like a mockumentary, and we're like, nah, this is the real deal. And we laughed at the Chris Holmes bit where he's in the pool drunk as fuck and all that shit. And then after a while, we got into listening to a bit of Zappa, and and then I had to take her home, and I popped a painkiller and yada yada. And then this morning I had to wake up at 6:45, get Nate to the airport. He flew out. He's probably home by now. Came home, and I just told Alex, I go, look, I'm fucked, and I'll be in bed all day, which is where I'm at now. Alex has a paper to do, so she's going to be busy. But now Sarah's back over, and they went to go get coffee, and so that's where we're at. They're bringing me back an iced mocha. So what I'm going to do is, after I do this, I'm going to edit it, pop it on the old YouTube. I'm probably going to watch YouTube clips all day, probably Great White Sharks, maybe a bit of maybe some true crime with Ted Bundy, maybe, but I think I've seen it all. For Alarum, I'm supposed to make a private clip of a song with the working title of Mountain, which I've written, and I'm going to send it across to Scott, the other guitar player, so that he knows all the little bits. But as far as that's going, like the album is coming along quite nicely. I think we booked shows in December in Sydney, or November or December, so we better get on the fucking stick. And that's where we're at right now. I'm going to stay here in bed and feel like a fucking little baby. And hopefully, I got to overcome this sickness pretty quick because, like I said, I got to work tomorrow. I'm at a new job. It's very, very overwhelming to where I'm losing sleep because I think I'm going to get fired. Yeah, I'm pretty stressed out, which I fucking hate. So I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and I do plan on pumping one of these out once a weekend, which would be nice. I mean, we'll see how we go. But I had to force myself to do this one. But I mean, fuck, how hard is plugging in a microphone? And it's pretty easy. Listen, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Does my voice sound fucked up? Yeah, well, you know what? Well, A, I'm laying down. B, that always fucks with your vocal cords a touch. And I'm not talking at a loud level. So listen, have a great day. Do your thing. I don't know. And keep watching my channel. Keep listening to my channel, whatever the fuck. All right, peace out. Love you. You're a great person, even if you don't think so. And if you do think so, that's great. That makes 2 of us. All right, rock.